to Treadmill Treats vlog. I'm Francesca, and I'm so glad that you joined me for episode number 2. Today I would like to talk to you about two things: your ego and your intuition. Both have a huge effect on your life, and both sometimes will take over your life. So I want to tell you my story. Around 23, I had my own hair salon in New York. I owned a house. I had a brand new car. I traveled all over. I had a really great life. I was a very self-sufficient, independent woman. And I was having a great time when I met my ex. I fell head over heels in love, and he was a person that I knew that was going to be a good husband and a good father. And so I left. I sold my business. I rented my house, and I moved to Florida. I knew only 2 people in Florida. I had 2 friends, but I was in love, and he was the man I was going to spend the rest of my life with. This was the right decision. About a month into us moving in together, he came home one night and said, we need to talk. And those are the dreaded words, we need to talk. And I'm thinking, what could this be? We've only lived together for a month. And he said, well, I really don't like your friends. Your one girlfriend, she's a hoe, and I don't think you should really hang out with people like that. Other people will talk about you. And your other friend, he's gay, and I'm not really into those people and that lifestyle. So I think it's better if you choose them or me. Well, right there, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. The red flags were going. My intuition was screaming, run. This is not for you. This is only going to get worse. Are you crazy? My friends are the family I picked for myself. These were my friends since I was 5. My other friend, he was my friend since we were 12. Are you really, this can't be happening. And no, he was dead serious about this. It was him or them. And I better pick one or we were done. And the first thing I thought was, how could I go back home? How could I go back home and say, he really wasn't the guy for me, psych, I thought he was, but not really. What would people say? You moved your whole life, you sold your business, you gave your house away, you gave your dog away, you moved to Florida, and now he's not the right one. What I would be the laughing stock. People would be talking about me. How could I go home with my tail between my legs? That was ego talking. And even though this voice was saying, this is not for you, I didn't listen because ego took over. My heart overruled my head, and I stayed, and I chose him over my friends. There were other warning signs along the way that I chose to ignore, and I slowly let my power go. He didn't like the way I laughed. I laughed too loud, so I quit laughing loud. He didn't like, and this is not overnight. Please don't think that this was over. This was not. This was over the course of time. Little by little by little, I would give up my power to him. He didn't like the way I chewed my nails. Don't chew your nails. Real ladies don't, bite their nails. Don't curse. Real women don't curse. What would people think? That was his biggest thing. What would people think? Put on this face and this show for people. What would people think? I chose to do this to change for him because I was in love with him and I wanted to make him happy. And so I thought if I could do this, this would make him happy. If I stopped doing that, that would make him happy. But yet there was always something else that he wasn't happy about. And I could remember writing, God, what could I do to make him happy? If I could only make him happy. You can't make other people happy. They have to be happy within themselves. You cannot make anyone happy. And I didn't know this. I didn't realize this. I was in love, and so I just kept trying. And so I kept giving my power away. If I do this, he'll be happy. And it never changed. It got worse and worse. And even though every single time there was a red flag saying, don't do this. This is not right. This don't feel good. I kept doing it. Fast forward 24 years later, and I'm still an idiot. I meet a man and I think I'm in love after my divorce, and the red flags are smacking me in the face, and I make excuses. No, he's changed. Everybody else's opinion about him doesn't matter. And, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. And, you look at this and look at that, but not, poo-pooing all these signs, but not knowing the inner truth about your intuition telling you this is real. Your intuition tells you this is real. This is danger. You should run. But you poo-poo it. So, yes, sometimes it takes forever to learn the lesson. I now know that, if I have that feeling, if that intuition is in my life again, I will listen to that. I will stop and listen to it and run. I'm not going to make that same mistake. It takes me a few times. I'm a little slow, and sometimes I have to get hit on the head a few times before I realize, okay, I'm not going to do that again. But I learn, and I want to be able to teach you to really listen to it. Don't worry about what people are going to say. That's my biggest thing. Don't, forget about your ego. Your ego means nothing, okay? I can't tell you how many times I fell on my face and wrote about it since I've been divorced. It's okay. You know what? Everybody falls on their face. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does the wrong thing. It's life. You're human. Get over it. Okay? What's the lesson? Get up. Move on. Start again. Don't let your ego rule your life. Don't let what you think people think about you, or the box that you put yourself in. I can't do that because, whoa, it's so-and-so think. I did that for 24 years in this marriage, worried about what was the outside world going to think. If I wasn't perfect, if my house wasn't perfectly clean, if my kids weren't perfect angels, that I worried. I lived in fear on, what would my husband think? And what would the world think? Because he worried so much about that. I wasn't living life, just, this is who I am. I like myself. I love myself. I'm comfortable in my own skin. If you like me, that's great. If you don't, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to lose sleep over you not liking me, or worrying about that I didn't do what you think I should do or not do. I don't care anymore. I'm living my life for me. I'm trying to be the best person I can be. And at the end of the day, if I achieve that, that's what makes it a good day for me, not what anybody else thinks. So today I want to leave you with, always listen to your intuition. Always know that you can trust that. I mean, we all have that. Animals have that. They listen to their intuition. If they're in a situation and they feel something, they're out of there. Little kids have intuition. When somebody comes over and they don't like that, they walk away. They don't want to be next to that person. They cry. Why do we stop listening to our intuition when we get a certain age? Because we're afraid that we might hurt somebody's feelings. Well, too bad. I'm sorry. I'm not Willy Wonka. I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. Too bad. So you upset somebody? Well, you know what? You upset somebody. That's life. I'm sorry. I'm not going to live my life worrying about what people think or people feel about me. Because that's what you lose your life. You lose yourself. You lose who you are. It's not worth it. It's so not worth it. I wasn't that self-confident, self-sufficient woman, and then I gave it away until I woke up one morning and I didn't think I could take care of myself, and I didn't believe that I was worth anything, and I didn't think that without his approval that I could make it through the day. And that wasn't an overnight thing. And there's so many people out there just like me that think, I can't do this. I have kids. I had kids. I can't do this. I haven't worked in years. I didn't work in years. I can't do this. What would people say if the perfect marriage crumbled? I had the perfect marriage. I was miserable. I was crying myself to sleep every single night. How perfect is that? You know, if you're not happy, you know, change. Fear of the unknown keeps you stuck. Don't let fear rule your life. Fear ruled my life for so long. And I'm so happy now. If I would have known how happy I would have been 10 years ago, 15 years ago, hell, 20 years ago, I would have ran then. I would have been like Forrest Gump, run, Forrest, run. I would have left so long ago. You have to know your own self-worth. You're worthy. It doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. It matters that you're perfect just the way you are. Believe that. Don't let anybody's opinion of you change how you feel about yourself. So today, I want you to know that you're perfect. You're perfect. And you have this. You got this. You can be the change you want to see in you. So I hope you will join me next week. But until then, I want you to read my blog, www.treadmilltreats.com. I write 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, to try to inspire you to believe in yourself. Remember, be the change you want to see in you. It's never too late. You're never too old. You can do it. Live this wonderful life. Live big. Live well. Live happy. It's all up to you.